welcome to HACCP Mentor Review. I'm Amanda Evans, and in this episode we're going to discuss preparing for an on-site car closeout, rotating sanitisers, hazard identification, hand wash stations, along with the top food safety fail, food recall and food poisoning outbreak. Let's kick the review off with preparing for an on-site car closeout. I don't know what's going on out there, but there seem to be that I've had a run of on-site car closeouts. This is generally because the business has failed their audit or obtained a grade that requires an on-site car closeout. You can save your business a lot of time and money by being prepared for the revisit. Make sure you have all of your evidence in order and that it all is accessible during the audit. If you don't think you're going to have the car sorted out by the time of the audit, keep in mind that you can request an extension from your certification body. I can't say that the extensions will always be granted, but it's always worth a try. Whenever you do your hazard analysis, you need to assess specific hazards, not groups of hazards. This is something that I pick up all the time as an auditor. It is not sufficient to just write biological or bacteria or pathogens. The same goes for physical hazards. You need to identify the individual hazard, for example, salmonella, listeria, glass, wood, hair, pesticides, cleaning chemicals. The reason being that there is going to be a different control measure for each of the hazards. For example, you would not control listeria the same way in which you would, say, control Bacillus cereus, and you would not control glass the same way in which you would control, say, hair. The other thing to be mindful of is not to assess the hazards as a group. Your likelihood and consequence, again, will be very different. The hazard analysis is the biggest part of your HACCP program and should be treated as such. It is the time to truly identify everything that can go wrong with the product. By doing this, you can have some level of confidence that you will have covered all of your potential risks to protect the business and your customers. Looking at our food recall wrap-up, there have been several recalls this week due to possible Listeria monocytogenes contamination. Products affected include cold smoked products and smoked salmon. There has also been over 10 recalls from around the world regarding undeclared allergens. You can see more details on these food recalls at www.foodproductrecalls.com. Rotating sanitisers. The rotation of sanitisers is especially important if you produce ready-to-eat products and will help in ensuring that these ready-to-eat products do not become cross-contaminated. It also will provide a greater effectiveness against bacteria growth. You can rotate sanitisers in a number of ways, including one for a certain time period and then switching to another different one. You can also use different sanitisers for different applications. For example, one on equipment and say a different one in boot washing stations. For more information, you should go ahead and talk to your chemical supplier. This week, the Public Health Agency in Canada have reported that they are investigating the onset of multiple E. coli 0157H7 illnesses. They state that the most probable source is from shredded lettuce distributed by FreshPoint Inc., who have in turn supplied the raw material to some KFC and KFC Taco Bell restaurants. The total number of cases to date sits at 26. I know this one is pretty basic, but this week's action item of the week is to take some time and go around your production site and check that all of the wash hand basins have an adequate supply of warm running water, soap, disposable paper towel and advisory signage. Don't forget to include the disabled toilet facilities and those wash hand basins located in staff change areas. My food safety fail this episode goes to KFC, who managed to get some unwarranted media attention for two separate food safety incidences in the past week. The first one saw a 19-year-old man from Essex in the UK report finding what appeared to be a brain-like organ in his chicken. The second incident comes from China, where the company failed to inform Chinese authorities about tests showing high levels of antibiotics in their chicken. That wraps it up for this edition. Feel free to share this video and don't forget to subscribe to our mailing list to receive more HACCP Mentor videos like this. Thanks for watching. I'm Amanda Evans from HACCPmentor.com.